Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today we are going to make an easel card. And this card is a contribution for a group on Facebook called Card Hoppin', and I will leave all the information for the hop in the description box below. It is a hashtag driven hop, and I will be sharing this over on Instagram as well and Facebook, so you can follow along on Instagram. These stamps that I'm using are some older Stampin' Up! Stamps. I'm challenging myself this year to go through and use a bunch of products that I either have never used or I haven't used in a very long time. So I went through my stamps in the beginning of the year, and I had like almost 100 stamp sets that I had not used in at least a year. And so I am going to use them, and some of these I'm going to not keep because I don't end up liking the way they turn out. So yeah, some of these are going to be destashed. So here we go. I stamped them in Gina K Obsidian Black Amalgam ink, and I am now coloring them. And yes, for some of these I'm using Sharpies because I don't have very many Copics or Olo markers. Like I've less than half a dozen Copics and maybe 10 or 12 Olos. I love the Olos. The Copics are cool too. But you know, my selection is small. So I'm just going to color these. I am not by any means a like master colorer because obviously I don't even have colors to blend. So we're doing what we can here with the colors we've got with my Sharpies. Yeah, I'm probably like the only person to do this with a Sharpie, but hey, it's turning out pretty good. And we're going to do the stems in green. And there is a whole bunch of other coloring that I did not include in the video because the video was really long, and I like to try to keep my videos relatively manageable length of time. So here we go. We're going to do this one with a Sharpie as well. I do not have anything to blend these with. I don't have that wide of a selection of colors, even with my Sharpies, that would go together very well. So, you know, it is what it is. And then none of these stamps have, because they're very old, have dies that go with them. So I'm going to have to fussy cut them out, and I'm going to spare you the boredom of watching most of that. However, I will say that the flowers that I did in pink that are on this piece of paper right here, I did kind of like do a little stamp surgery on them because I wanted the stems to be longer than they were. So I did very carefully clip off that very bottom flower. And here we're going to use this new to me Pretty Pink Posh stencil set, and we're going to stencil this card panel. And this card is going to be an easel, so I'm literally figuring this out as I go along. This is an A2 size top folding card panel, and I am just stenciling it. I should have used pixie spray because the stencil isn't fully connected in the center, and that's the way it's designed because of all the leaves and the stems of the leaves. But here we go. This is me being like weird and not being able to focus on one thing. This is a piece of vellum, not acetate. It is vellum. It's heavyweight vellum, and I'm folding it in half because this is going to be like a vase for the flowers. That's what I'm creating. That's going to be the easel part of the card, is the vase for the flowers. So I'm going to do some partial die cutting here, and you see I'm using this oval die cut, and I'm leaving it hang over on both sides basically, so that it's going to be still folded there at the bottom, but it's going to have a flat top on it like a vase. So that's the idea behind it. We're going to hold the die in place with some washi tape and cut it out in my die cutting machine. And this is what it looks like. And because I, do this as I go along, I'm realizing that the vase is going to be much too tall. So I am going to do some stamp surgery when I finally get to that point. This card actually was a long time in the making. Like, I started it in the beginning of the month, and now I'm going to post it on the 28th. So this card took me a long time from get-go to finish because I just couldn't, I couldn't wrap my brain around making the arrangement of flowers. But here I am doing my surgery on my card surgery, I guess, to make those flowers have a longer stem. And I'm not a flower person really, so if you know what those flowers are, leave a comment below and tell me what they are, because I don't know. I'm very bad with flowers names. So I did not film any of the stamping of those yellow flowers, and actually I think that's a stamp set that I'm going to get rid of. So if you're interested in that stamp set that did the yellow flowers, leave a comment below and I will give it away, because I didn't like the way it just wasn't my style. So yeah, if anyone's interested, leave a comment below before the 5th of May and I will pick a winner, a random winner. So let's see here. I'm just arranging all my flowers after I've done my card surgery, and I'm going to only put glue on the back of the stems because it's vellum and it's easier to see the adhesive. But off camera, I did cut a piece of black to go around the vase, so it would have kind of like an edge around it, and a little piece of trim for the top of the vase so that it could also hide adhesive, so I could keep my vase all together. And we're just still arranging and arranging. I thought about putting like dimension behind some of these flowers, but then it didn't actually happen. What would you have done differently with arranging this vase of flowers? Obviously, I am not a professional flower arranger of paper flowers, and my skills leave a little to be desired, I believe. So, yeah. Let me know what you think, though, of my paper flower arranging skills. I wish I could have done the yellow flower in reverse. Like, I could have done a mirror image stamping of that one, because that would have been pretty cool to have one going each direction. But I didn't think of it till after I was basically done with the whole project. So here we are putting our little vase perimeter on. And because I just kind of wing everything, I didn't measure very good. Or I didn't line something up good, because here I am gluing this on to cover up the top of the vase, and there's a gap there. So I'm going to take my black Olo marker and color it in so that you don't see that little gap, because I'm terrible at, making things fit properly and stuff. So there we go. Problem solved. I like being a problem solver. It's fun. All right. So now I am deciding where I should do the folding and the cutting for the front of this easel card. And yeah, we're also just winging that based on the size of the vase. That's where my fold is going to be to attach the vase to. And here's my cut. And I am going to use that little scrap of paper. Don't you worry. But I'm also going to decorate the inside of this. I'm going to use that same stencil, and I'm going to stencil on the inside of the piece of the card panel. Above where the flowers go, that's the spot I guess I would use for a message for this card, because I took the other part and stenciled all over it. You can't really write on it. I guess you could, but it'd be messy looking. So here we are adhering the flower vase, and then we are going to do the stenciling on the inside, and I'm going to use, I think this is Twisted Citron. I think Mowed Lawn was the color I used on the outside, and I think I like this color better for the leaves than I did for the Mowed Lawn. But I don't know. A little variety is good. Which color do you like best? Let me know in the comments below. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, because it really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. All right, so there we are stenciling very carefully. Yet again, I should have used pixie spray for this stencil specifically because of how much it moves in the center. I don't really know of any other way I could have kept the stencil in place better other than randomly using my fingers like I did. But, I've had pixie spray for quite some time and I've never used it because you're supposed to spray it outside. And that's like far, far away from my office. So I don't do it. Oh well. Maybe I should just open the window and do it that way. That's an idea. All right, so we're going to use these Concord and Ninth sentiments, and I'm going to cut them out, stamp them with the Gina K amalgam ink, and then cut them out with this punch. And I'm going to cut a couple layers of cardstock and glue them all together and stack them up and put this one on top as well. And there we go. And then in my test fitting the card all together, I realized that it wasn't going to work like that. The vase of flowers was not going to hold, like stand up behind that. So I had to put some dimension behind it. So I got some foam squares and I put that back there. And also, here I am deciding on the sentiment. The rest of the sentiment, I didn't know if I wanted it to be friend or mother, but since Mother's Day is coming up, I figured I should get jumping on the Mother's Day situation. So here we are. And I am going to use the mother one, but I have to make sure it all fits and that the easel thing is in the holder-upper with the sentiment on it is in the right spot. And here we are figuring out that it's not going to catch behind that. So I got to get foam and put the foam on there. And then hopefully it will work. And the way that I lined everything up, the card will still go flat and the flowers are all fitting inside of the dimensions of the A2 card. So it will still technically go in the mail. I don't know if I'll put it in the mail or if I'll just give it to someone. I'll hand it to someone, I'm not sure. Because there's plenty of moms in my life that I'm sure would love a card like this. Reminds me, I gotta send something to my real mom. Because she unfortunately doesn't live near me. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. Yay, it works! Alrighty, so it's all done, and I just have to attach this sentiment piece on. And yes, this was part of the outside panel of the card, and it was done in the mowed lawn color of Distress Oxide ink. But I think it looks cool. What do you think? Alright, here's the finished product, and I'm obsessed with it. It's super cool. Alright, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check out some of these other videos that you may enjoy. And come back soon and see what else I have to share. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.